So hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So this will be the practical video for week 2. week 3 में थोड़ा सा टाइम लग जाएगा because MLP के काफ़ी सारे डेडलाइंस हैं, बाकी सारे डेडलाइंस काफ़ी क्लोज आ चुके हैं, है ना? तो उसमें थोड़ा सा टाइम लग जाएगा बट हाँ वीक लाइक एंड क्विज से पहले सब आ जाएगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, है ना? अरे नो यार नो। तो लेट्स जस्ट गेट स्टार्टेड। सो फर्स्ट थिंग जो मैं देखा था वो था week 2 में बेसिक जावा प्रोग्राम है। तो दिस सो दिस इज योर फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम, है ना? बेसिक जो हम हर लाइक उसमें लिखते हैं कि अ, जैसे हेलो वर्ल्ड जो हम प्रोग्राम लिखते हैं बेसिकली दैट इज द थिएटर, है ना? वही चीज़ है यहाँ पे। जैसा कि मैंने कहा था कि जो तुम्हारा फर्स्ट है, ये तुम्हारा जो मेन प्रोग्राम है, द मेन प्रोग्राम दैट इज द स्टार्टिंग प्रोग्राम, है ना? तो विथ द नेम शुड द नेम of the class which is housing the main that main procedure should be the file name of your Java, है ना? Java file। तो यहाँ पे देखो, first program is the name of the class which is housing the main, so that's the same name of the main file। So everything is fine, there are no um, nothing here, okay? So let me just run it. Hello, okay, good, hello. So this is your first Java program. Then we have done modifiers. Let me just do this test and keep it test and check. And class A, INT num, yeah, okay. So there, this is the modifier that we talked about, है ना? Class A, we have defined it and we have defined as private, okay? We have defined the instance variable as private, okay? That's why it is thrown there, है ना? This is throwing it. See, red line, the field A dot num is not visible. Why? Because it is not so. This is private, okay? If I also run out this, it will still give me same error, okay? Two errors. I also wrote in my notes that it will also throw error, new A, okay? Because A, the constructor is wanting a num, okay? And we haven't passed it, okay? So even if I do public here, and then run it, it will still give me one error, okay? Because it is still thinking of a it's still wanting a number here. If I pass it 4 here and then run, so it will just print it, okay? And if I do it okay, private, and so again the same error comes, okay? So this is your public and private, okay? Let's go back. Then comes the static. Let's see, let me test. Let me change them, okay? We are inside class A, we are inside class B, okay? So see, it does class A, the printf method does not contain a static, okay? Here there is no static, okay? That is not here, okay? So public void printing. Void means because it is just printing, it is not returning anything. If I remove this, then it will just give me a return type for the method is missing, which means that it is Java is expecting it to return something, but it is not returning. So that's why I need to write void so that Java knows that it won't return anything, so it won't expect any return. Okay. So here we have not used static, but here we have used static. What does static do? Static was meant to use that we can use objects without. Okay, let me open the notes also. Do I have that page? No. Yeah. Open my notes also. I do not know why these just keep coming. I do not know this, and they are not does not even show up on me. If anyone knows this thing, just tell me. Okay, let me increase this size a little. Okay. So let's see, static allows us to use method or field without creating an instance of the class. Okay. So here we do not have a static, so we need a new object. Okay. If I don't do this, if I just directly do a dot print a and I comment this line, it won't. It will give me error. Cannot read this. Cannot make a static reference to a non-static object. Okay. Similarly, if I remove the static here, it will start giving the same error. Cannot make a static reference. Okay. Static, and then I need web provision, and then so since it is not static, I need a new method. Sorry, a new object to reference this, and then I can do this. And also, but class B has a static print B static method, so I can just call it directly with an object. Okay. So if I run this, it will just give me we are inside class A, we are inside class B. Right. Same thing. Okay. Uh, then return type. Same thing as return type. So let me just do it here. No? Public end square. What name of the can I just do it directly here? Public means I think I need to define it outside. Now if I call something like system dot out dot println method is square of width. What is it now? I cannot pause this, right? Uh, okay, let's move on. I'll think of this. I think this should be defined inside or something like that. Should this be defined here? And we can call it here. This fix there. Okay, it should be something like that. Okay, I'll do it. Should be inside main function. I am defining it inside the main function, but still not giving. Let's just defining it inside the main. Okay, I'll do this here. Saving a Java program. Okay, so saving I already told. Let me remove this. Okay, so saving is if my test is the main method, the test is the main class that is housing the main, then it will be saved inside test.java. I'm missing a simple thing for that. I have been doing it for so long that is still in my head. Oh, I'll fix this. running a Java program, this is how you run it. Okay. If you are on a like Notepad or something, then you need to run these things. If you are on VS Code or some editor which has good capabilities, then you can just write the code here and you can just press Control Alt N and it will just run it all. Okay. So after that, let's talk about data types. Okay. We had a few data types. Let's first say int, and then let's say a name INTI, and then I can just assign it to 12, let's say. Okay. After that, we have another. We had after int, we had uh, what more? I had short, short s, let's say, and then 13. Let me increase this because this has more digits. Then short s. Then we had byte, which was byte b, let's say. Okay. Short also can contain more. This only can contain a full list. Okay, and let's see. Byte contain till 127, right? Yeah, 127. Okay. Let me just show all them first. Okay. Float f is equal to 12.2 f. Uh, then short byte float double d is equal to 10, let's say 23.6789. And we also had long. Uh, we also had long, which is L is equals to, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and then, well, we needed a L. Okay. Long needed a capital L, right? Yeah, capital N and small L. Okay, yeah, fine. Then comes char, and then comes char. Let's say C. Just one character. Let's say A. It should be one. Right? Should be inside. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So these are all your data types. Okay. System.out.println. I. Let me just copy them. ISDLFD. ISDLFD. ISBLF, ISBLF, TS, DC, FDC, FDC, another one. Got it. So if I now run this, okay, we can see all the outputs here. Okay. Can't we increase the size? Now fine. Yeah. So here you can see all the outputs. Okay. Now let's say I had byte which only took up to 127. If I do 129, and now it will give the error. Type mismatch cannot convert from int to byte because byte does not. Byte can only take till minus from minus 128 to 127. So that's why it is giving me error. Similarly, we can do for others also. We can check all the others. You can check them here also if you want. For you can check for double. You can check for float. Okay. Also, we had one more. We also had boolean. Boolean. Let's say we keep it as true. I don't think it will be like this. I think it will be like this. No? Uh, and if I to control all them, small. Sorry. I forgot. Java is case sensitive. Another simple thing to miss out on. Oh, I will not check this. 122. Okay, fine. And these are all your primitive data types. I spent a lot of time on this. Declaring and initializing variables, I already told you. Uh, this you can try on your own. I don't want to just see this. Okay, it is a simple thing. Okay, just try this on your own. Typecasting, like I told. Let me just what the fuck is d.print b we can also. I do not need all this inside right now. Okay, let's say I have an int I is equal to 12, and then I have a float f is equal to uh, let's say float I, and then system dot out dot println. Let's see what it gives. 12.0, right? Okay, cool. This is how you typecast. This is explicit typecasting. Okay, this is explicit typecasting. Okay, I am specifying which I want. Okay, the other way is this one. Okay, okay, 100.0. Okay, this is implicit. This is implicit, and the other one I did was what that was explicit. Okay, okay. Let's say we have a float f is equal to 89.99 f, and then we had int I equals, I need to convert to int. What I need to convert? I need to convert f. Okay, then if I do system dot out dot println I and run this. So first one is 100.0, which gets converted to this, and second is 89. Okay, see, information is being lost when I'm converting from float to int. 89.99 is obviously not the same as 89. I'm losing information. 0.99. I'm losing that whole information. Like, which is the closest? This should be mostly, if we are doing it, then we will convert this to 90. But we are losing information here. That's why Java needs you to explicitly tell it that yes, I am fine with the information losing. That's why it needs explicit conversion. This is explicit conversion. Okay. After that, so we are done with typecasting. Then we have strings, simple thing string. Okay, we do not need to worry much about that. I can just write string s is equals to hello, uh, and then just double quotes, I guess double quotes. Yeah, double quotes. Okay. After that, system dot out println and then s. Let's run this. Okay. Right. This is string, simple thing, not much to think about. Okay. Now here comes some important methods that are useful on key. S3. Another important thing, Java in Java, string is immutable. Okay. So you cannot do s at 0 equals to a. So let's say not this. Let's say this. Okay. I cannot really do this. Okay. The type of expression must be an array type because in array you access it like this. If I have an array, int array is equal to uh, uh, I think int that's the yeah intr is equal to new. Acha, new. I forgot the new thing. Oh, first, I was like I was forgetting something. New int 100. And if I do this, why it's not working? new int 100, int array is equal to new int 100, int array is equal to new int 100. सही पर into int, huh? This is how you define an array, right? Oh, okay. So now here I can do that. Here I can do array at 0 is equal to, let's say, say, no, 12. Okay, I can do this. This is fine. This is, there is no error in this because this is array. So this is how you access elements in array. But since you are doing this in a string, so it just does not work like that. Okay, even if I run this, this will give me error. Yes, sir. Hmm? So these are immutable. Okay, so something important is there is a few methods. Okay, these I'll give you the two lowercase. Okay, s dot two lowercase, and if I print this, it will just print smaller hello. Okay, if I do upper, and then one, it will print hello. Okay, so this is how the things works. Okay, and we can also use char at. Okay, if I do char at, and I need to give it an index. Okay, let's say I give it index 1. Okay, and if I run this, it will just give me 1 because 0, which is 0, this is 0, and this is 1. Okay, and now if you print, it will just print space. Okay, so yeah, simple thing. There was a simple question which I did wrong just because I forgot the spaces. So remember that. Okay, which is a very easy thing to miss out on. Okay, cool. So these were some of the methods that you can use on this. Okay, I'll also show you substring. Why not substring? So let's say I want till from 0 till let's say 0, 1, 2. Let's say till 3. Why is this? Begin index is 0 and index is 3. Okay, this is not writing enough. This is I have an extension. Okay, because h is 0, p is 1, and l is 0. Java is also 0 based indexing, so remember that also. Don't forget that 0 based indexing exists here also. Okay, then I already showed you array. This is also another way we can define an array. First is string, and then state is equal to what was the syntax? State new string. Okay. New string, square brackets, then again curly brackets. Let's say I have Chennai, I have what are some of the states? MP, I have what? Goa, let's say. Why not? Now you cannot obviously do this because this does not exist here anymore. Okay, so how to print it? Okay, arrays cannot be printed directly. Okay, you can't just print an array. Either you need to use. I think I have written that somewhere. We can't print the whole array at once. We either need to use loops or arrays. Okay, uh, we can use for loop for string str str s. I forgot this strs. Print system.print out.print and str dot s. Was this the right thing? Dot state. This um, this string str state system dot out dot println. What I will print is str. This should work. Let's see. Yeah. Let me just comment this then. So str is to state. Yeah. That this is the syntax of it. for the array. Okay, I need more titles. Don't mind. Uh, okay, so we have done this. I need to use this line also. So the Chennai MP Goa fine. You can add more also. And after that, there is one more thing. You can do import java.util arrays. Import java.util dot uh, import java.util.arrays. Uh, yes, we have not used it yet. So the system for output for this is arrays.toString. Okay, system.out.println arrays dot to string and then pass it. Okay. We do not need the for loop here. Let me just remove this. We remove this. Remove this. Chennai MP Go. Okay. It prints as a list. Okay. It's an array direct. Okay. So this is how these are the two ways how you can access an array. Okay. Then there comes modify, which we already talked about. Public we talked about. Private we talked about. We talked about static and void. Okay. So this is all done. This is all done. Oh, this. Oh, sorry. I was up. Okay. Typecasting we have done. Have done string. We have done this. We have arrays. We done. Okay. Now comes if else. Okay. I showed you the for loop. Okay. I'll just show you again. The if is like this. If then condition. Let's say if. Uh, Let me define something. Inti is equal to 10. And let's say I say if I equals 10, then system dot print dot lm, what should I print? Hello plus empty plus I. Okay. Let me just do this. Okay. Then I will just show it all in one. Else if I equals 20, uh, else if I equals 20, then system dot out dot println say uh, from elif, and then let's do one else also. Else just say no, this system dot out dot println, and let's say uh, else. Now if I run this, first I'm getting hello 10. Why? Because it is 10 right now. If I change this to 20, so I will get from elif, and if I do it 30, then you get uh, else. Okay. So this is how the if else statement works. If then followed by the condition in bracket and then the function body. Then else if same thing and then else. Else obviously does not need any condition. It was just you can have more than one else if also. It doesn't really matter. I equals 30 else if, not this. Then system dot out dot println second elif. And now if I run it, we'll say second elif. Okay. You can have more than one elif also. Then comes the switch. Okay. Let me remove this. Let's say switch and I. Okay. Case. Let's say not. We have an integer, so let's say we did it with an integer. Let's say we do it string now. Uh, String I is equal to def. Let's say case. First, let's say def. Then system dot out dot println case def. Okay. Let's say I do not do this break. Okay. and now I say case uh, ABC, and then uh, this why are these the indents and so uh, case ABC, and let's say system dot out dot println and get uh, case ABC. ABC match, let's say case def match, and then default is let's say we do not break here either. So default is system dot out dot println def matched, let's say. If I run this, what's the let's say? Here's DEF matched because obviously the DEF is here. Okay. If I just do something of this sort, okay, now if I run this again, so it will be good. Okay. That's why it is so important to have break statements after everything. Okay. Now we will only get one output. Case DEF matched. Okay. That's why it is so important to have break statements. Okay. Uh, Next is switch case is done. Conditional loops, then comes conditional loops. Let me take an integer again, just for simplicity. Let's not take int I, let's say. Int I is equal to 20, or let's say 10. While here comes the condition, while I, let's not do this, let's say, while int I just declared, let's say to int declare it to 0, and then let's say while I is less than 10, uh, print system dot out dot println uh, line uh, plus I. So yeah, see, just keeps on going. Why? Uh, Obviously, no, we'll stop it. So why does it keep going? And it didn't do anything. It just but this is a classic error which you might know. A very important error, a simple error. So why? First thing, while I is done, we have done print, but we have not done heading. Okay, okay. We have not increased the variable. Okay. So now if I do 0 to 9, okay, that was stack overflow error. Overflow error. Stack overflow. Fine. This is the how the while works. Okay. While I is if I do while I is less than or equal to 10, so it will print one more line. Okay. This is how while works. The complete explanation is in the explanation video. Okay. This is where I just show you. Okay. For is same as in is see here I can just do int. I do not need this line. Int I equals to 0, then uh, followed by the condition while I is less than equal to let's say 15 and I plus plus, and then we do why is it so fine. अच्छा वो से not comma. Still Python in my head, bro. Still Python in my head. Uh, what we do? System dot out dot println print plus plus uh, what should I do? Sorry, my dog distracted me. I what's a kilometer? Which is missing. Oh, okay. These are runs. So till 15 it is running. Okay. 0 to 15. We can initialize it directly here. Int I is equal to 0. Then follows the condition and then the incrementation or decrementation or whatever you want to do. Okay. So this is how for does, and then again there comes do while do. Let me just check the syntax because I do not really use do while. Done. Let me just copy this. Okay, so only one printing. Okay. Let me also print. I only one because first it will I is equal to one, so it runs for I is equal to one. But after that, it checks the while loop. Since it is failing in the first condition itself, like first run itself, so that's why it does not run further. Okay, so this is do while. For I showed, I showed. Okay, now comes classes. Just remove all those. What the fuck is this? Then we remove all this. Then we remove. Okay, now we are going into classes. Okay, public. Okay, so let me just first define a class itself. Nothing else, just a class. Okay. Okay. Let me copy class from here. It's easy to copy from here. The syntax is better here. Which class? Let me just copy this class. So let me just copy this class. This dot num is equal to num is fine. The value is okay. Fine. So this is class. Okay. Let me remove all this. And let me remove all these things. Let's say we do what we do. We do here. Sorry. A obj is equal to new a. And we pass a num to it, let's say 4, and then we call obj dot print a. Let's say public this num is equal to num, and let's say we define one more uh, public void print a, and what it does is it system dot out println it just prints num. Oh, so now if I run this, it says 4. Okay, fine. Now let's see what happens here. If I do public, okay, what it says, the public type A must be defined in its own Java file. Okay, so uh, one Java file cannot have more than one public class. Okay, it can have only one public class. So now, what if I need more than one public class? Let's say I need this public class here. So one thing is I can just define it as classic. Okay, simple. I can just define it as class. So let's say I need it to be public class A or. So what should I do? First thing I should do is I should make a new file. Let's say a.java and then paste it. Now, if I remove this, okay, now if I run this again, it will just say 4. Okay, fine. So this is how you have more than one public class in Okay, you need to have a separate file for that different public class. Okay, fine. So this was the thing I wanted to show you first. Now let's get into the actual access. Okay. Uh, so let me just copy this public class fruits. Okay, public class fruits. Okay, so I need this to be to need this in fruits or Java. Okay, uh, value of the fruits. That's not used. Okay, let me just delete this. So now I have everything in fruits or Java. Okay, public class fruits, private int weight, private int calories, public void eat. Okay, now here what I can do, I can just write this thing that fruits uh, fruit equals name fruits. And are we taking any type of we are not taking anything. Right? So we are not taking anything. So I can just call it directly, and then I can do fruit dot eat. Okay. And if I do control dot fruit finished. Okay. This is the most basic type of public class definition. Okay. Now here comes more complex things. Okay. So now these are private instance variables. Obviously, we are not allowing anyone to access these things. Okay. So now I need to have something which will set these. Okay. So we saw two methods. Okay. First is using method. Okay. So what I do is I say public right set details. It takes two intw and int okay. What it does, it sets this uh, we can say this dot weight, or also we can say that weight, because weight is equal to this, and then I can say calories equals c. Okay. What required of ice share. This is run. Let's say public void dot set details, and then uh, we let's say print weight plus calories. Let's say print this. Let's say what was what the class is. Oh, so sorry, we have done. Let's say fruit dot set details with 20 comma 60, and then fruit dot if we run this, okay, so it is giving. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, you can also use this dot. Okay, it won't cause any problems. This dot calories. Okay, it just is more appropriate. Okay, this is how you more appropriate, but I am defining different variables. I am taking in w and cal, so I do not need to worry about that. If I was taking in weight and calories directly, then this would be more appropriate. Then this would be more useful. Okay, because then Java knows that this dot weight refers to the instance variable. Okay, these are called instance variables. So now Java knows that this dot weight is referring to this, and this dot calories is referring to this, instead of just directly. But since I took w and cal, I did not need to use this keyword. Okay, fine. So this is the first way how you can do it, and you can also use them here. Okay, now second thing, second method, using method one. Okay, and then comes second method, using construct. Here we do public, and then we just set fruits, and this takes int weight and int calories, and then the function definition. This let me just copy this. Uh, this dot weight is equal to uh, so okay, new fruits. Because see, this is already giving error because we have now defined a constructor. So this is the constructor. So now the constructor is expecting two inputs inside it. Okay. So let me just delete this one. Let me just delete this one now. So now the error is, see, then we also got. So, so see, it is saying the constructor fruits is undefined. But we have defined the fruit, but it is defined. It is expecting two inputs. Okay. So let's say I give it, well, let's say 30 and 300. Why not? Okay. Now if I do control F, so it is printing. Okay. This is the second method of defining or changing instance variables. Okay. Okay. So this is the second method of changing the instance variables. I will add this here so that it is easier. This easily what the big class. I think I just left that. Okay, never mind. Remove it. We will mostly use constructor, and constructor is a better way to do it also. Okay. So next thing is accessing. Okay. Let's say I do not want to print. Here we are printing the value. Let's say I do not want to print, but let's say I want something which like changes them. Public void set. Let's say wait. It takes int w. Then what it does is it's just sets this dot weight equals w. That's all it does. It is not anything doing anything. Okay. So now let's call this function on fruit. Okay. Let's say fruit dot set weight, and let's pass it array basically. Let's pass it what? Let's say 80, 80. And if I run this, see 80 comma 300. Okay. So this is how the accessing works. Okay. Then comes another method overloading using constructor. These are modifiers. Modi, I forgot. Modifying instance was. Okay. We can simply define another one like this. Okay. Okay. Now comes method overloading. Method overloading. So now, uh, let's say uh, we have instead of this, let's say I have set detail. Okay, intw. Okay. Now I'm defining the same thing, public void set details, but this time I am passing it two things: intw, int cap. Okay. What it does is this thing just does this dot weight equals w, and then this dot calories is equal to cal. Okay. So now let's see what it does. Okay, and now instead of set weight, I have set details. Okay, let's say I have called just this one. Okay, now if I run this one, it's 300 is still from above from constructor itself. Okay, see the constructor itself defines that calorie is 300. Okay, so that's why 300 is coming from there. Okay, and in set details, if we just pass one parameter, what it does is it is calling this set details with one parameter. Okay, so it is calling set details with one. It is recording, right? Yeah, mic is fine. So that's why it is only changing the weight. Now let's say instead of this, I do this. Uh, I pass in 80. I also pass in 800. Okay. Now if I run this, it will pass 80, 800. Okay. So now what it does, it is calling this thing directly. The double one. Okay. So it is saying that set details has two methods defined by the same set details name, but one is taking one parameter and another one is taking two parameters. Okay. So that's why when we are passing two parameters, it calls this one instead of this one. Okay. Put I open this here, will that be more easy to understand? I think this is better. Okay. So we did in defining a class. I did also object. This is how you define objects. Class name, then obj name. Uh, let's do that. Class underscore name, obj is equal to name, then new, then constructor. Then this is how fruits is the class name. Okay, the class name. Then fruit is the object name. We are doing new fruits. Okay. This is how you call. I have done object. I have then created an object. I have done manipulating objects. I have done reading variables. Okay, reading variables also the same. If I just want to return something, public int uh, get weight, and it takes another. Uh, what it does is return this dot weight, and this does. So now if I do uh, root dot get weight, and I use this here, and I do the system dot out run ln and copy this. So now if I run this, it says 80. Okay. If I comment this line to run this, it just says 80, which is the weight. Okay. This is modifying. Okay. This is get reading variables. Constructors I also told you. I also showed you overloading. Okay. Now the most before doing this overloading, because it takes quite a while, I'll show you input output so that it's easier. Okay, let it stay there. Let me import java dot util dot scanner dot scan. Yeah, stop. Okay. So okay. Now let's say let me remove all this first. Okay. Let's say I have string s equals hello. Or instead of this, I can just say system dot out dot println uh, enter string. Okay. And then I do uh, first I need to obviously create a scanner object. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner system dot n, I guess. Scanner system dot in. Then I use this, and then I do system dot out to enter a string. Then I declare a variable first to store it. Store str is equal to string str is equal to sc dot next line, and say next line, and just this. If I do system dot out dot println of str, is it one? Enter a string. Let's say world. Is it running? Yes, it is running. Print. Let's say to get more clarity. Let's say I do this, not this, plus this, plus this. Okay. Now if I run this, enter a string. Let's say world again. Result world. Let me just add this also because why not? Result world. Okay. So this is how you take input. Okay. So the default is string, as I told you. Default is string. Okay. Now let's say I need to take an input. Okay. Uh, system dot out dot println uh, system dot out dot println enter integer int. Now I do int I is equal to sc dot next in, and then just do this. And let me just copy this line and then do this to I. Now if I run this, enter a string, world, result world, enter an int, well, result int, result str, result in. Then let's do this again, enter a string, word, well, result str, word, result in, well. Okay. So now another thing is instead of next line, okay, if I just do next, it will take the input from that line only. If I instead of do, uh, let me remove this, let me cut it actually. If I do print and then do next, and then I do this, so it will take the uh, input from that line only, that str hello. Okay, so this is the difference between next and next line, and then print and print hello. Okay, good. So now the important thing about taking a string input right after taking an integer out. Okay, let's say this. Let me just remove this line here. Uh, okay, and I will print it. Control C, Control V, and I will print it. Okay. Let's run this. Okay. Enter a 90. Enter this. It is running. Sometimes what happens is it just does not. The next if we are taking it immediately after, I guess that's when it happens. If I don't do this, if I comment this line out, okay. uh, After I think yeah, I did not update the week. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Sometimes if I take string input right after integer double input, okay. String input right after integer double output. String input right after. Let me do next line itself. Okay, so the next line. Okay. So now we are taking an integer output, and then we are taking immediately after we are taking a string input. Okay. Now if I run this thing, this should 12. Okay. See maybe I. Okay. So now let's run this. This will be more clear now. Okay. So we are taking an input. Okay, 12. Now I haven't pressed enter it. As soon as I press enter, it is giving the slash n. This is giving the slash n modifier or slash n new line character to input to the string. To string scan. Okay. So this is how it works. Right. Cool. So how to get out of this? Like this thing just messes up. Like this thing gives a lot of errors and sometimes just slips from our mind. So to do this, either just take just add a string. Okay, like we did. Uh, if I do, I think this also does not. Let's see if it fixes this. Integer and 45. See, this does not fix it. So instead of doing all this, you can just do something like sc dot next line and just copy. Okay. So now this should work fine. Enter a string, let's say 67. Enter a string, let's say world, and result 67 world. Okay. Cool. This is how you get out of this. Okay. So this was your input, output, and everything. Printing output you already know. Okay. Now the most important. Okay. Let me first copy everything here. What all we are using? We are using firstly the class person. Okay. Let me just copy this whole class person first. Okay. Let me just class. Is it doing that thing? Okay. Class.java. Okay, it is already doing this. It is already doing this. Okay, fine. So now let me close this thing, and we will now copy the fruit. We are using uh, what all we are using. We are changing fruit weight. So change fruit weight calls set weight. Okay, so we need firstly the fruit, public class fruit. We need this, and we need the I do not even have a Java format. Oh, okay, what all we need? We need the constructors, right? Uh, public fruits, fruit. Or let's just do our example. Just class and fox fruit. It also takes fruit. I need to copy it. So yeah, never mind that. Find a class, private fruit. Okay, we creating an object, manipulating objects, void set calories, void set weight. Okay, this is these all are not getting used, so we do not need to get weight and all. Set we only need till manipulating object, right? Overloading is fine. We do not really need that. Okay. Are we calling when we are calling? Does this pass the fruit? Yeah, new fruit. So we also need a constructor. Void it, private int. Let me remove these things. Yes. Let me remove this. Okay. I need to get a formatter for Java. Okay, so set details, void heat is fine. We won't be really using that. Set details is fine. Set weight, we are not using set weight, so let me just remove this thing, and I will just define a public void constructor. We do not need void here. We can just do fruits, and then it will take intw comma intc, let's say, and then what it will do, it will set this dot weight to be equal to w, and then this dot uh, calories to be equal to c. Okay. This is all it is doing. Okay. Set weight. Uh, we are not setting this, so we do not need this. We don't need all this. Okay. Uh, what does this do? Okay. Change fruit weight. Change fruit weight is inside person, right? So why it is giving wrong? Public change fruit weight. First person. Public change fruit weight. Oh, wait. Public change fruit weight. Okay. Yeah. Public void change fruit anti weight. Okay. Void print details. This is fine. This is fine. System favorite food dot get weight. Okay, so we need the get weight. Okay, so public think get weight. Uh, it does not take anything. Uh, while it does return this dot weight. Similarly for this also again another instead of get weight we do get calories and then instead of this we do calories. Okay, okay. New person with public person state name and date. Do foods we can put because it given the concept the person is undefined. Why is it undefined? We have got person question is variables. Public person. It is a stated truth. This is fine. This is fine. Public person, percentage, thing name, comma age, string, comma int. Okay, it is also taking this. So we need two constructors, right? Okay, so we need another constructor. Public person. Uh, oh no. We do not need another. The comma is just not. Comma is just fine. Okay, so now all everything is fine. Let me first run it. Let's see what it does. Shubham 20. Okay, this is the expected output. Fine. Now let's go inside the code. I explained this fully in the last one. Okay, I explained this fully in the last theory video. I am just showing you here how it is working. Okay, so first we have two classes. We have a public class, so that's why we have public class in a different file. Okay, and the second, this one is just a class, a normal class, so we can just define it here only. Okay, cool. So first thing is, these are the instance variables for the person. This is a constructor. The constructor is taking a name, age, and an object of fruits category. Okay, so fruits class. Okay, so in this instance, the fruits and setting the name based on favorite fruit. Okay, so basically it is changing the favorite fruit. Okay, like I said, same memory location for fruit favorite fruit object. Okay, so fine. Favorite fruit, it is working. This name is equal to name, setting it all. This is another constructor. What this constructor is doing is taking a copy constructor. This is the copy constructor mechanism or syntax. It is taking another person itself as a input, and what it is setting, it is setting the person that is being called. Like if I am passing P2 as an P1 as an input to P2. Okay, P2 as input to P1. Okay, so P2 dot name will be set to this is referred by this right now. Okay. This refers to this right now. Okay. P2 dot name is set to P1 dot name from the input. From input. Okay. Similarly for others. Okay. Let me just copy this. This will be better. Okay. So this is how it is working. Okay. Then there is another method called change fruit weight. Now change fruit weight, what it takes, this takes in weight and it changes the name and the age. Okay. But here is the important thing. These are fine. This dot name is being changed, this dot age is being changed. So let's say if I'm calling P2 dot change code weight like just with int 20, let's say. So what it does is it sets P2 dot name and P2 dot age as it is given inside this. But what it importantly does is it also changes the favorite fruit set weight. Okay, so it calls this set weight and it changes the weight to whatever is inputted. Okay, so whatever is input there. Okay, so now P2 dot favorite P2 dot favorite fruit. Let me just write it like this. P2 dot favorite fruit. The weight of that favorite fruit is now set to whatever the input is. Okay. Let's say we have 20 inputs, so now the weight is 10. But now see what happens. The favorite fruit, that is only one here. Okay, so if I am saying that here, what they have said, we have said apple, right? Something new fruits, apple. Okay, so apple in the stack memory, apple is just one. Okay, apple is just one. Apple is just one fruit. Okay, apple is just one fruit, and it is being referenced by both p1 dot favorite fruit and p2 dot favorite fruit. Okay. So these both are just pointing to it. Okay, something like something like this. Let's say uh, p1 dot favorite group. Okay. This is also pointing to this apple, and then p2 dot favorite group. This is also pointing to this apple. Okay, so this is how it looks, kind of like. Okay, this all, apple is only one thing. Just both of them are pointing to that only. So if I change apple apple's weight through any one object, it will reflect for both. Okay, because these are referencing. Okay, they're just referencing them. Okay, fine. So this is how it is. Okay, so that's why it is also getting changed. Okay, so let's see what happens again. So fruits apple. Okay, so first let's do it here. First apple is set with uh, it is weight comma calories always. Remember, okay, so weight is weight comma calories. So 150 comma 50. Okay, fine. This is fine. Then after that, we are calling this line. Person one is equal to new with all these things. Okay, fine. So p1 dot p1 we are doing name equals Shubham, age equals 20, and favorite fruit is referencing to apple object. Okay, apple object. Okay, fine. We have done nothing yet. Now we are passing this whole thing as input to another uh, object, which is p2 of the same class. Okay, so now what it does is p2, what it is doing is this one. It will call this one. This 40th line will call this constructor. Okay, so now the p2 name is also set to Shubham now, and age is also same, and favorite fruit is also same. Favorite fruit is also apple. Apple with 150, apple with 150, 50. Cool. So till line to line 37, this is line 40, this is 42. Okay. Now what we are doing is 40. No, so that is not 42. This is 37. This is 38. This is 38, and this is 40. Now we are calling 42 line. Now 42 line, what it does is it is calling the change fruit weight function with 250 as input to 250 as input to it. Okay. So now this goes back to this procedure. What it is doing is first it is changing this dot name to Ayush and this dot age to 25. This refers to what here? This refers to P2 because we are calling it on P2. So now P2 gets changed again. P2 gets changed again. Now name is Ayush. Age is, what is setting age is a 25. Okay. Now here comes the important part. Favorite. What it doing is it is also setting set weight. Okay, it is calling the set weight function with the weight whatever the input is here, which is 250, and in this case it is passing that 250 to set weight of favorite food. Okay, So favorite fruit is what? Favorite fruit is apple, which is in which is an object of class fruits. Okay, which is uh, object of fruits class. Okay, so whenever we call favorite dot fruit with this, what it goes back to this thing, public void set weight. Okay, and it gets the 250 as input. So now favorite fruit here becomes, instead of that, it becomes apple with 250 comma 50. Okay, 250 comma 50 full, because the weight has been changed now. So when we print the details, uh, so now at uh, evidently when printing, uh, person one remains the same up to this point. Okay, person one remains the same up to this point, but now instead of 150, it is also 250, and person two already changed that, so that's the same for him. So that remains the same for him. Okay, okay. So that's what you get as output. Okay, see how many times. See, Shubham 20, details of favorite fruit, fruit 250 50. While we never change it for the person one, it got changed automatically. Okay. Now, if say instead of this, is it calling the get calories? It is calling the get calories, right? So let's say get weight instead of uh, sorry, not get weight, instead of set weight, it also changes this dot calories to be it takes two input, let's say, and INTC to be C. Okay. Let's say now we have changed this. Now let's see what happens. Okay. In, we will pass another. Let's say we have already passed 150, 50. Let's say 100. I pass 100, and I have missed the. So now if I run this, change food weight. Why is it this method change? Say oh, we have not passed it here. Uh, what it takes? Oh, it takes INT weight and INT INTC, and it passes them to set weight with I the weight and C, and it goes back there. Everything is fine now. About time. See now, Shubham, details of favorite food 250 and 100. 250 and 100. Okay. Let's say now instead of this, we call the person one does not have this, right? Yeah. Let's try something. Let's say person one dot change food weight, and let's say instead of 250, let's say we have 300, and this as 200. Okay. Now let's run this. See, now the name of person one has changed, but the weight and calorie have been changed for both. This is deep. This is shallow copying. Okay, this is how shallow copying works, and a lot of questions come on this. So take care of this. Just remember this. Go through this. Okay, so both videos will be up. I know I haven't uploaded the theory video yet, but it will be uploaded. And I have done a lot of tricks here. As you can see, my VS Code is a lot more different than what you guys must be having. Okay. This thing I haven't fixed it. I will fix it. Okay. So if I just kill this terminal, if I also kill this terminal, okay. So if I start afresh, this will be a new terminal. Okay. And as you can see, I have very different things for here. Uh, different क्या कहते हैं, folder icons and all. My theme is completely different. My cursor is very different. If you can see this cursor thing, it is expanding and collapsing instead of just blinking. And my typing is a lot more smoother. If you can see, if you can like compare this to when you're typing, if you haven't done the tweaks, just see how smoothly the cursor glides. It just feels a lot more smoother. It just pleases the eyes a lot more. So I've done a lot more tweaks. So if you want a video on this, just a fun type of video tweaking VS Code, just tell me. Okay. I will love this. I love to make this over there, to be honest. So yeah, just comment down below if you need that, and all the best.